Hi everyone, welcome to MarikaCreations. Today I will share with you 3 thrift flips, and I have done all of these makeovers with our future spa in mind. So stay tuned for this. For my first flip, I have thrifted this beautiful side table, I guess you can call it, but I will not use it as a side table. I will just unscrew the leg of it and use the upper part as a tray, and then I went thrifting and found this little wooden bowl with a slight crack in it, but that doesn't matter. But look at that, a perfect fit for a riser. So I started out making a pilot hole in that bowl and then put some wood glue onto the tabletop, and then I attempted to screw it into place. There was already a hole there where the leg was attached, but slightly off center, so I thought I could manage by just screwing it right in the center. But I was wrong there, so I had to move the screw a little to the side, but that doesn't matter, it will not show. Then it's time to mend that crack just with some wood filler and set it aside to dry. Then I will sand it and clean it off properly. This video is part of the Third Thursday Thrift Flips challenge, hosted by Elizabeth at Rustic Chicks Designs and Tammie at the Rusted Willow, and their co-host for this month is Zita at Oakwell Home. In my description box you will find links to their channels, so you can go and check them out later. In the description box I also have a link to the playlist of this challenge for more flip ideas. Now I'm painting the whole piece in a matte black paint, and I applied 2 coats, but I would have chosen a black satin color, but this was the only one I had on hand. Right after the first coat I realized I need to make some texture on my riser, and I do that with this stencil of cherry blossoms and some wood filler, some spackle, and just smear it on. It looks beautiful, doesn't it? And it becomes a sort of a relief that I can highlight after I have painted it. So I try to cover that whole tray with those cherry blossoms. Try not to smear anything out in the process. Looks good, doesn't it? It looks good black and white as well, but in our future spa we will have a Japanese inspired touch, and I have a lot of black and gold already, and this will look perfect in there. Now everything has dried, and I'm just sanding off any very rough edges of my flowers, and I'm sanding off that foot as well, and then it's time to paint it once more, and 2 full coats as I said earlier. Set it aside to dry. On the top I make sure to press down the paint in all the nooks and crannies on that texture that I just made, so it's all nice and covered. It's the next day and everything has dried, and I take my creamy gold color that I love to use and just rub it onto the texture with the help of my finger. Look at those cherry blossoms, they really pop. I cover the cherry blossoms and then also the rim of the tray. Everything is completely dry. I cover the whole piece with my satin finished varnish, and on the riser top I applied 2 coats. Et voila! This is how it turned out, my cute riser. Looking beautiful, I think. I'm happy with the result, and I'm planning to put it in the powder room in our future spa. Tell me what you think. And I have saved the leg for a future project. For my second flip, I will turn this sewing machine into a vanity for the powder room in our spa. And this is not a Singer, this is an Opel. That's a car manufacturer. I guess they made sewing machines before they started making cars. And it's a little bit broken there, but we will fix that. So I paid 30 euros for it, about the same in US dollars. So the first thing we do is to just take off the top, because I will not use that. Just unscrew it and remove the top. I will use that for another project, I'm sure. And here hubby is removing the sewing machine like that, and also the broken part. Just unscrew it and he will glue it together, that broken little piece. Here I am with the top that I'm going to put on 2 oak wood boards. I have made a curvy line, but I will not use that one, more of a straight line with a slight curve to it. And also make a hole there for the sink. And look at that, it's already mended, the broken part. And I have those oak wood strips that I will use. I will put them underneath the feet of the sewing machine. We're cutting our wood boards to the desired shape, just with a jigsaw, and then drill that hole for the sink. We will drill a smaller hole as well for the faucet, but you don't need to see that. Now I am sanding and sanding and sanding to get everything nice and smooth, to remove these water stains as much as I can. If you're new to my channel, hi! I am Marika, and on this channel I do lots of DIYs, thrift flips, trash to treasure, renovation of my home, some pottery, some painting, anything creative really. Please join me. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell and join my YouTube family. So this is how they turned out, looking good. On the bottom, on that bigger hole, we had to make a slight larger hole a little bit to fit in the screw to really fasten the drain for the sink. So now I'm taking my go-to favorite natural oak stain and cover the whole wood board, both of them, all the way around. And once the stain has dried completely, I go over the whole piece with my satin finished varnish, and I applied 2 coats and let it really dry in between the coats. While that is drying, I go back to the sewing machine and I cleaned it properly, and now I am putting on 2-in-1 black varnish spray paint, and then it's time to put everything together, and we do that with screws from the underside of the piece so it won't show on the top. And now for just an extra touch, I have a scrap piece of oak wood board, and that circle, it lends itself so well for something special. So I just trace how large it is on that piece of wood board, and then I cut it out with my jigsaw. I cut it a little larger than my tracing because I need to be able to attach it with some part of this wood as well. You will see how it will look and you will understand what I'm trying to explain. I have attached just a wooden piece underneath it to be able to secure it properly so I can work well with it without it going everywhere. And now hubby is taking our hand router and just make a nice edge, and I'm taking my rasp and just round the edge, and I will round this as much as I can so it can just peek out from that round opening in the sewing machine. So it took me quite a while, and hubby helped me with a grinder as well because I was losing my patience. So I'm just working with that shape. And after he was done with the grinder, I took my belt sander and just smoothed it out and rounded it even further. Now you might see what I meant with that little extra on the side to attach it. Smoothing it with my electric sander and just my sanding block. And once I'm happy with the result, I cover it both front and back with my natural oak stain. And once that has dried, I will put our initial on top of it, MH, Marika and Hjalmar. And if you have seen my last video, you may see the resemblance of the sign we will have just outside our spa. I will cover it with a coat of varnish as well. And here hubby is attaching it, just make some holes in the metal and screw it into place. Here are the wood strips that I was sanding earlier. I have screwed them into place, and now I'm painting them in a black color, black satin color. I applied 2 coats. Now it's just a matter of attaching the sink and the faucet, both of which we have ordered from Amazon, and here it is, sitting in our living room for the time being because the spa is not ready. Look at that faucet. That is Japanese inspired, I will tell you. Tell me what you think. I am in love with this piece. It will look marvelous in our powder room. MH, Marika and Hjalmar, or as the sign says, Maison d'Harmonie, House of Harmony. I love the mix of metal, wood and stone, just beautiful. For my third and final flip, I will make over these 4 stools. I have purchased them together with that side table that you see on the side there that I made over in my first flip today. And I paid 20 euros for the lot. So I'm starting off with the 2 slightly bigger stools and just sanding them off all the way around to get rid of any dirt, unevenness and that old stain. And now I will stain them again. I was looking for a black stain but couldn't find any at the store, so I decided for a dark grey one. But it was too bright, I wanted to darken it, so the second coat that I will put on, I have mixed in some black acrylic, and that worked so well and it looks so good. So once 2 coat is on, set it aside to dry, and I will do the same with the smaller stools. But here is the big one. Again, I will Mod Podge my napkin that is Japanese inspired. These will go into the spa as well. And I have several other items that I have decoupaged on with this napkin here. Just put Mod Podge on top of it. And once they are dry, I just sand off the edges to remove all the excess napkin. Looking beautiful. I will retouch it a little bit with that stain where there's not a natural distress, like in the grooves. And once that all has dried, I go over the whole stool, back, front, legs, everything with my satin finish varnish, because they will sit in the spa, those two bigger ones in just a relax area, and the smaller ones actually in the shower area. So they need some varnish. And here they are, all four of them are looking very pretty, I think. So tell me what you think of my flips today. Did you have a favorite? Anything you would like to do? Let me know in the comments. And if you like this video and videos like this, consider subscribing. Hit that like button. It will help my channel to grow and I can spend more time creating inspirational content for you. My aim is to upload 1 or 2 videos per week. And if you want more flip ideas straight away, just head on over to my description box and hit the link to the playlist of this challenge. Just click and enjoy. Thank you so very much for watching. See you soon again in my next one. Until then, take care. Bye.